Ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be a big video today in terms of the news because oh boy, this is awesome. So, as you know, in recent years, the Bayverse has kind of vanished. It's like Thanos dusted them away with the Studio Series line. 2022, we did get figures such as Sideways, The Fallen, Crosshairs, and even Hot Rod. However, 2023 was a rather depressing year, since all we got, I think, was like the core class Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, which no one cares about. 2024 as well is gonna be just as bad. Actually, no, it's slightly better because it's a figure we actually care about, and that is Mohawk from the last night. But fear not, my Bayverse fans. Next year is our year. So there are lots of listings now which have been leaked, and there are a couple that I don't know what they are. But let's start off with the top one. A level, well, I'm just going to ignore the A level, DLX TF1 B127. So, we will be getting a version of B127 from Transformers 1, which is really interesting. One thing to note is that there's Bayverse here, some Rise of the Beast, some 86, and of course some Transformers 1. So, next up we have DEV Optimus Prime. Now, I don't know what this could be, but I'm hoping that it is a Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. Or should I say Orion Pax? Next up is a concept character, I believe, since I don't know who the hell this is, and that is Deluxe TF7 Double Punch. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, Double Punch, I believe, was like another concept version of Scorponok, because I think there were three main Scorponok. Scorponok, this one, Double Punch, and Sandstorm. Now, Sandstorm we will probably get later on in 2025, or hell, maybe even 2026. But of course, as you know, this year we have seen the release of Scorponok. So this will basically be I believe he was supposed to be red. This will be a red repaint of the deluxe Rise of the Beast Scorponok. Next up is my boy who got, well, I wouldn't say announced, but his listing got leaked over a year ago, and that is Dark of the Moon Deluxe Hatchet. Now, oh my god, I'm so happy because I have the Last Night Deluxe Berserker, who is basically Crankcase. I don't have Crowbar, but Hatchet is by far the most unique dread because he is literally like a dog, and I've always loved Hatchet from Dark of the Moon, and it kind of sucked that he was the first one to die. Next up is Movie 6 Bumblebee, which I am really interested to see what they're going to do with this because we have so many Bumblebees from the Bumblebee movie. We have B127, we have the Volkswagen Bee. Yes, it's Volkswagen, not Volkswagen. Okay, it's the Beetle. Maybe it's literally just like a reissue or something of like Beva's Camaro B, because and there's been the Jeep B as well. But apart from that, I can't really think of what this could be. Next up is 86 Perceptor, which is a reissue. I don't really need to go on with that since you already know what that is. Then we have a deluxe class TF1 Starscream. Oh boy, Transformers 1 is picking up the pace. I believe this is one of the rare cases where Starscream is actually going to be a deluxe. I know he's normally a Voyager, and of course he did get an amazing leader class back in the Hunt for the Decepticon days. But yeah, he's going to be a deluxe here, I see. And carrying on with the Bayverse, we do have the Talk of the Moon Q, which is basically Wheeljack, although a better Wheeljack than the Rise of the Beast one. And this one has always annoyed me because, much like the twins from Revenge of the Fallen, Q was the one character from Dark of the Moon who didn't have an SS figure. And I know that the twins were considered offensive, racist, whatever, all the bloody words under the sun. But with Q, I didn't really understand why they never made one of him. They finished almost all the Bayverse characters from the original trilogy. Why not Q? But I'm glad to see that finally, like 7 years after the Studio Series line began, we're finally getting a Dark of the Moon Q. Next up is Deluxe 86 Bone Crusher, which, I'm not really an 86 fan. I don't really have anything SS 86. I think the only thing that I have is Scourge, and that's because I wanted to complete my trio. Because many years ago, when it came out, I got the Combiner Wars Cyclonus, just because it looked cool, and purple is my favorite color. I then got Legacy Galvatron last year in January, February. And then as soon as I got back home, because I was on holiday, as soon as I got back home, I went and got Scourge. So I had that cool trio. But yeah, different lines, who cares? 86 Jazz reissue, that is what PR stands for. And yeah, don't really care for it. But now we have the one that I know is going to excite a lot of G1 fans, and that is Constructicons. We have 86 Scavenger Deluxe Class. And trust me, Scavenger is not going to be the only Constructicon on this list. Oh, just you wait. There's more. Next up is Deluxe Class War for Cybertron Autobot Soldier. Now, I have not played any of the Transformers games. So for you, I mean, the one thing that I know is that the Gamer Edition line has been utter crap. I have not heard anything good about it. The only figure I've seen people like is the Optimus Prime. But apart from that, friggin' Bumblebee, Barricade, Megatron, all of them, I have not seen a single positive thing said about them. Now, this next one is one that I think none of you know about. And that is because it is a very obscure character who, just to lay the confusion to rest right now, this character was not in the movie. This is, in fact, another concept character. And I didn't actually know who this was until I just decided to Google. And basically, Widowmaker from Transformers Age of Extinction is basically Bumblebee's evil twin. And she, yes, it is female, she is an earlier prototype of Stinger. So, yes, she does also turn into a black and red Pagani Huayra. And this is something really, really interesting because I had never heard of this character. But yeah, it is really cool to see some more, concept characters come into play from the Bayverse because they had a lot. They had a lot of them. Next up is Voyager War for Cybertron Skywarp. A character who, to be honest with you, I'm not particularly that knowledgeable on. But just like with the previous War for Cybertron figure, the Autobot Soldier, I do hope that for you guys, who played the games, I really hope that this line begins to pick up. Because if they keep going at the rate they're going, it's literally just going to end up being wasted money. But next up is one that is going to excite a lot of people, and really we knew this was coming, is the Voyager Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime reissue. Of course, it was a buzzworthy Bumblebee exclusive, meaning that, for places in the world that have Target, South Africa does not, so this figure meant nothing to me. But for those who really wanted it, and I know that there were a lot of people who did, they did say that it will be reissued in the normal Studio Series line. And, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. You just need to wait until next year. Voyager War for Cybertron Ironhide. Again, exactly what I said before. Next up is Voyager Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. Sentinel Prime is one of the few characters that we have 100% confirmed for Transformers 1. The marketing for this movie has been absolute crap because people who are not in the Transformers fandom don't even know that this is coming out. And it's coming out in like September. So what, 7 months? And there's nothing for it. no announcement trailer, no good look at what the designs are gonna look like. But yeah, I really don't know. Voyager War for Cybertron, Thundercracker. I have yet to get the the bloody Bumblebee movie Thundercracker. I am so dumb. Voyager 86 Scrapper. So, like I said with Scavenger, he's not going to be the only 86 Constructicon here. As you can see, we have Scrapper and Mixmaster. So that is three 86 Constructicons coming out next year. And I mean, again, don't know anything about these G1 Constructicons, so I really don't know how long it'll take for them to make them. Hopefully, not as long as it took for them to do Bayverse Devastator. But at the bottom there, you can see TF7 Apelinq, a leader class, which, again, inevitable release. My question is, why in God's name is it taking so fucking long? It's literally just a retool. You don't even have to think about anything. All you need to do is change the heads of both modes, add in the blades on the arm, and then make him, a different color. That's all you need to do. Why are they, why does it take them so long? I don't know, but at least when this comes out, we will have all the Maximals. Apelinq, he didn't really do anything. He was just there to die. But yeah, that's really cool. And to be honest with you, obviously Optimus Primal is my boy. In terms of just being badass, he was my favorite character in Rise of the Beast. But I do kind of prefer Apelinq's design. I can't lie. But this next one is one that, ever since the SS line started, and especially like maybe in the last 2 years when the Bayverse has been fading out, this has been my dream figure. I was like, please, for everything, just give me a leader class Knight Optimus Prime. And lo and behold, Transformers Studio Series Leader Class Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Oh my god. Now, why is it leader class, you might ask? Well, you need to understand. Leader classes before used to be big, chunky, complex figures. And now, in 2024, leader class just means a slightly more complicated Voyager, and you might get more accessories with it. That is all a leader class is. And that is the reason why I knew that this figure would be a leader class if they ever make it. And that is because obviously the knight design for Optimus, I know many people don't like it, but that's the one I was introduced to. And I never stopped loving it. I love how clean it is. It's so slick. And it goes from this beautiful truck into this slender ass robot mode. It's just so badass looking. And of course that is not going to be simple engineering. We've seen a Voyager Knight Optimus Prime before, and the kibble has been quite bad. So I think what they should do is basically what Unique Toys did with their Challenger. I think Challenger came out after the last night. I think so, yes. But basically, what Challenger did is, of course, yes, that figure is like infinitely more expensive than a Voyager class, but they did take the general idea of that Voyager and just, built upon that. So now I think what Hasbro can do is do the opposite. Look at the complex engineering of Unique Toys Challenger and work that into a leader class price point. You don't need that many accessories really, because you need his sword, his shield, his gun, and maybe the seed. That is it. You don't really need that many accessories with an Optimus like that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about that. This is also a figure that I think some people will be excited for, although not as many because there's recently been the Bioway KO of it, and that is a reissue of the leader class TF3 Shockwave. Obviously, the Dark of the Moon leader class Shockwave, who is a Voyager size figure, But man, that paint job looks awesome. I do prefer it to the Byway version. The Byway one, in my opinion, is just way too purple. Like it is overwhelmingly purple. So I really like the look and like the paint job of the official Studio Series Shockwave. And then at the bottom is of course another reissue of the 86 liter Grimlock. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think about this. What figure are you most excited to see? I think that, for me, of course, it's no competition that it is gonna be that leader class Knight Optimus Prime. That is my favorite Optimus Prime design as of right now. It is between that and the Dark of the Moon design. I love both of them in different ways, but my God, I am so happy that the Bayverse is back for this because there's so many characters from The Last Night and Age of Extinction that don't have SS figures. And I am so freaking excited because I know people hate The Last Night and for some reason hate Age of Extinction too. But you gotta admit, they have awesome designs at times. I know people didn't like the whole humanoid aspect of it, but personally, that's what I loved. It gave each of them their own personalities and their, each design and everything like that. But yeah, please let me know your thoughts on this. And if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.